Hi traders, welcome to this video. Today I want to go with you through one of my FinViz screeners. I already produced some videos about screeners for FinViz and for MarketSmith to find high potential stocks. And you find them in my YouTube channel. But today I want to show you what I look for when I go through one of my screeners. So, first of all, I load a screener here in FinViz, which is called Strongest Stocks. If you like to, you can stop the video here and look at the criteria here. But this is also covered in another video about screeners with FinViz for growth and momentum stocks. And I mostly go through my screeners at the weekend. So I'm looking mostly at weekly charts. And don't be afraid, we will not go through all the 64 pages here, but I want to show you what I look for when I look at all of those charts here. And by the way, I sort them by the 52-week low. So that means they are sorted how far away the current price is from the 52-week low. So this is a momentum criteria I'm looking for. And when I look at all those charts here, you can see all the stocks are really super performer. So they had a very, very strong performance in the past. And maybe some of them are already overbought or maybe at the end of the trends. But maybe some of them will continue. And when I go through my screeners, one of the first things I'm looking for is to which sector or industry the stock belongs. I have a lot of stock symbols in my head, and I know to which sector, industry, or also theme the stock belongs. And when I look now here at the screener, so the first one is biotechnology, the second one is biotechnology, then we have a turnaround situation here in Tupperware, then we have a software stock here, a smaller one. We have an auto manufacturer, so maybe more in the direction of electric vehicles or recoverable energy. Then we have NIO, which is also electro vehicle. We have Veritone, hopefully pronounced correctly, which is which is a payment stock. We have here a small China stock, which maybe belongs to the China theme. Then we have a casino stock, special retail, so a smaller retail stock here. Then another one, Blink Charging, which is definitely not a special retail stock. No, that's an electric vehicle stock. So then we have another electric vehicle stock. Then we have cryptocurrencies here with Marathon Patent, with Riot, Fusel, another one in the direction of electric vehicles. So like Blink, like NIO. Then we have parts, car parts, which is also an e-commerce theme. So buying and selling cars and car parts over the internet. Then we have another e-commerce stock here, Jumia from Africa. Then we have Celdex, which is biotechnology. Then we have here Grow Generation Corporation, which is in the cannabis industry. And then we have Arkimoto, which is another electric vehicle stock. And you can see, if you look now at all the stocks here, you can see a few themes or a few industries here. Biotechnology with Trillium, Cardiff, Celdex. You have electric vehicles with NIO, with Blink, with Fusel, with maybe also PRTS here, so car parts. Then you have financials, or not only financials, but mostly cryptocurrencies with Marathon Patent, with Riot. Then you have an e-commerce theme here with Jumia, with also maybe a Veritone here for payment systems, and also PRTS. And these are the connections I have in my mind when I look at all the stocks. And when I look at the stocks here, I know the themes which are currently in favor of the stock market. This is the big benefit from stock screeners. When I look at those stocks here, I know exactly where the money is flowing to in the stock market. It's flowing into biotechnology, into electric vehicles, into financial e-commerce themes. And of course we have some special situations here, like for example Part City, Holdco, and Tupperware. So these are the only two stocks which do not belong to a theme here. And this is what I look for when I look at the screens. And we can go through other ones here. Then we have another one here, don't know what they are doing, MFA Financials. Then we have apps, which is in the direction of software, but also in the direction of maybe also in the direction of mobile commerce. So a lot of people need apps, and they are providing advertising in the app sector. Then we have another one, a small cap here, Caesars, which is casino. So now you can see we have two casino stocks here, Penn National and Caesars. When we go to the next page here, you can see retractable technologies, that's medical instruments. Then we have Celsius, which is also in this healthcare business. Then we have Fiverr, which is a e-commerce, not an e-commerce platform, but it is in this whole COVID-19 or companies which profit or benefit from the COVID-19 situation, and it's also in the direction of digitalization and also e-commerce. Cavanner, another car e-commerce platform. We saw the same one with car parts on page 1. Then we have another biotechnology company. Then we have another one here, gambling, which is in direction of casino. Then we have Tivity Health, so which is in direction of healthcare. Then we have an oil stock here. Maybe some more will come up. We will see that. Plug Power, electric vehicles, Farfetch, e-commerce, Aspira Women's Health, healthcare, Tesla, electric vehicles, Sun Power, which is solar stocks, but also in the same theme here of recoverable energy and also electric vehicles. Then we have another oil stock, and now we have two oil stocks here, Matador and DCP, Moderna Biotechnology, Pacific Bioscience of California, which sounds a little bit like biotechnology or healthcare for me. Bloom Energy, another hydrogen stock like Plug Power, for example, and so on and so on. And this is how I look at my stock screeners. I find the common sectors, I find the common industries, and I find the common themes here. And this is also called a bottom-up approach. I don't look at the industries or sectors first. I look at the stocks in my screeners, and then I look what they have in common. So this is how I look at themes and industries and sectors. When it now comes to what are attractive stocks, I also start with the chart picture. The chart picture is the most important for me. And after that, I look also at fundamentals and at the story behind the stock. But the chart picture is most important for me. And let's switch to the annotation software here, so that I can draw a little bit in the picture here. So when I look now here, all the stocks are in a very strong trend. You can see that here. So all the stocks are really exploding to the upside. And that also means that some stocks will top out. So because no stock is going, or going to the moon, so to speak, sooner or later every stock starts a correction. And what I look for when I now here look at the stock charts are consolidations. I am not interested to buy a stock here or here or here, because they are already up for some weeks. You can see that here all the stocks are, in my opinion and in my rule set, they are overextended from their last base. Because what I'm interested in is to buy a stock as soon as it breaks out from a multiple week base. So something like here I draw in currently in the chart. This is what I'm interested in. So, and that's why I can definitely put the most of these stocks not on my watch list. So I'm not interested to buy into a stock which is already 20 or 100 or whatever percentage away from the base. But there are also stocks which are currently showing good bases. And when we look here, for example, at PEN, you can see that it's currently consolidating multiple weeks in a sideways range. And we see the same thing here, for example, with PRTS. And those are more stocks I am interested in, because I want to buy a breakout out of this range to profit from the next uptrend. So, and when I look at my stock screeners, I'm always looking for those consolidations. And another thing I'm looking for is volume. And you can see here, for example, with PEN, the volume is decreasing, which is a good sign when a stock is in a consolidation. And you can see also that the volume was very strong here during the last up move. And that is also an interesting sign for me, because it shows me that there is a lot of demand for the stock. So institutions are buying or accumulating those stocks. And here with PRTS, for example, I see a big volume spike here. That could be bad, that could be good. That needs a little bit more research, why the volume spike happened, and was it a shakeout, or maybe was it more a selling, so distribution, for example. But that is really what I look for when I look at all the charts here. Sometimes I'm also putting a stock on my watch list which shows very strong momentum here, like for example Mara or Riot. I'm not interested in trading those stocks here. This is just for example. But sometimes I put such a stock on my watch list, and then I'm monitoring the stock if it can build a consolidation in the next weeks or not. And the thing is, when you look at the charts here, you can also see where the single stocks and industries and sectors and also themes, where they stand in their cycle. So, for example, if you look at all this crazy biotech stocks here, like Trillium and Cardiff, etc., you can see they already rallied some 100%. And that means that they are maybe not, or maybe do not have so much potential in future anymore, because a lot of people already bought into the stock. And the same is true if we look at all this electric vehicle stocks here, for example. They also show monster rallies from the last bases. So, and this shows me that maybe electric vehicles are not the theme where I want to buy in, because they are already up for multiple hundred percentages. And in my or in that situation, I'm asking me, is there enough gas left in the tank to bring the stock up another 100%? And I'm personally more interested really to buy into fresh new breakouts from multiple week basis. Of course, in that situation, you must always look at the stock and in every detail to make sure that this is not a laggard, but also a leader. And I made videos about that, so you can find them in my YouTube channel. Okay, so let's switch back into the stock screener and maybe go to the next page here, just to make sure that you know what I'm looking for here. And you can see here, for example, Tesla broke out from a very nice base a few weeks ago. I'm not interested to buy such a stock here, so I was interested to buy it when it broke out of that situation. Here's another one, GoGo, for example, going sideways for multiple weeks. That's a situation I'm interested in. Moderna here, for example, broke out very nicely to the upside some weeks ago. Then when we go to the screener here, Fulgent, for example, which is a genetic testing stock, going sideways here very nicely. Envita is also going sideways, but a little bit more volatile. So that in such a situation, I stay mostly away from such a stock. Then go to the next page here. Here we have another biotechnology stock going sideways here nicely. Then we have this one here, which is the oil stock going sideways. And when I say the stock is going sideways, I'm always looking at the volatility of the stock. So how big is the distance from the highs to the lows here? And if the volatility is decreasing here, this is what I look for. And I also want to make sure that the consolidation is at least 6 weeks. So I want to buy into breakout situations where the stock really go sideways for a couple of weeks. And if you now look here through the stock screener, you can see that a lot of stocks are already up or are already extended. So they are up more than 10% from their previous base. And this is very typical for the market situation where we are currently in, because the market already rallied for some months now, and some stocks are consolidating, some stocks are already extended, and you always want to find really new and fresh trends. And new and fresh trends you only find after they break out from a multiple week consolidation. Just another comment, what I look for, and here DQ is a good example. I also highlighted the stock in my previous or in the last issue of my free newsletter. And you can see what I and also other traders called staircase pattern. So the move of the stock here, so the price behavior of the stock is very similar to a staircase. And that's what I'm looking for when I look at stock trends. I'm looking for a very strong up move. So for example, a stock that doubled, so from 10 to 20 US dollar here, then go sideways and then move up again, so producing the next staircase. And you can see that, for example, DQ here, Daco Energy is a stock already doubled from 10 to 20 and then again from 20 to 40. And maybe it is also able to double again. So we don't know. Nobody knows the future. But that is what I'm looking for. And you can see this type of pattern in a lot of stocks. You can see here, for example, C Entertainment, which was also a very strong winner here, showed a very similar pattern with a staircase here. Etsy was also a very strong stock, and in the phase, or in the very early phase of the trend, the staircase was very nice. You can see big up moves, tight consolidation, then another big up move, etc. And then when the trend is getting older, in that situation, the staircase is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And then a stock will maybe top out. So the time is, or I don't have enough time in this video to show you all the things what I'm looking for when I'm looking at stock charts here. But what you can take away from this video is how I go through my stock screeners. So I look for common themes, common industries, common sectors. Then I look at the stock charts. Where are consolidations over multiple weeks? So a stock is going sideways over multiple weeks. These are the stocks I'm interested in. Then after I selected that stocks or those stocks and put it on my watch list, then I'm doing the deep research. So looking at fundamentals, looking at stories. I made a lot of videos about that, and you find them all in my YouTube channel. And with this technique and my experience, I'm able to go through all those 64 pages here in just a couple of minutes. I don't need more than 10 minutes for that, because I'm so quick at looking at all the charts and looking or seeing all the criterias and patterns I'm looking for. So my eyes are trained to find them over years and years and years and years. And that's how I'm able to go through a lot of charts. And I have all the stock symbols and companies in my mind. So I know exactly what Natera here, for example, is doing, or Zillow, for example, or the Container Store, or Futu, for example, etc. So I'm knowing a lot of stocks, and that made it super easy for me to go through all those stocks in my screeners. And I also have some themes or industries I completely ignore. I'm not so interested in biotech stocks, for example. I'm not interested so much in oil stocks at the moment. So I'm not so interested in, for example, other commodity stocks. And that's why I can also ignore a lot of them. And that made it also easier for me. Okay, I hope you can take away a lot from this video. If you have questions, you can write a comment below the video here in YouTube, or maybe send me an email. You can follow me here on YouTube if you want to be notified in the future when I make new videos. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, give it a thumbs down. And you can follow me on Twitter, on Facebook and Instagram. But I personally recommend my free newsletter. So I send it out every Sunday with trading tips, but also 3 stocks from my personal watch list.